To get started on applying to UCAS, which you will need to go through if applying to any British university, you will want to visit www.ucas.com. Once you have arrived, in the top corner you will see a silhouette of a person. Hover over this icon and navigate to Students. You'll be directed to a new page. You'll want to then select the undergraduate option and click Apply. Most application windows will open in the September of the year before your chosen course is due to start, and most applications will then close on the 15th of January. But if you're planning on applying to either Oxford or Cambridge, or your chosen degree is medicine, dentistry or veterinary science, the application deadline is even earlier, usually October the 15th. Now that you've arrived on the Register and Login page, you will want to create an account if not done so already, and doing so is simple. Select Register. Be sure to read through the next block of text as it contains helpful information on registering for an account. Once you're ready to begin, select Next, making sure to read carefully through the terms and conditions before ticking the acceptance box, followed by Next. This is where you will begin inputting information, starting with your title, gender, names and date of birth. This is followed by your postal address. Select which applies to you, either UK, non-UK/international or British Forces Post Office. It will then ask you to enter your address, and your email address will then be required. You will be asked to select if, how and for what reason you would like to be contacted, but it's not completely mandatory to do so. The next page will be to set up the security for your account, so a password and 4 security questions are required. Once you've finished your final step, you'll receive an automated username. As it notes, you won't see this again after this page, so it is of importance to make sure to keep note of this and your password that you had created previously, as this is how you will log on to access your application. Now that you have created your account, you can go on to the application process. Simply return to the application page and enter your login details. How are you applying? If doing so through a school/college, a careers organisation or another organisation, you'll need a buzzword so that your tutors or career advisors will be able to keep track of your application. And for private candidates, you'll need an email and phone number of a referee who can be a tutor or employer. This is so that they can receive an email directly from UCAS in order for them to complete your referee. You'll be asked a couple of questions regarding living inside or outside of the UK and whether or not you attend a school or college currently. Answer these and move on to the next step. Be sure to read this message carefully before continuing. On this page you'll receive your UCAS ID number. Be sure to keep this number safe as you'll need to quote this whenever you call customer services. If you haven't looked in your emails already, you'll notice an email from inquiries@ucas.ac.uk. In this email you'll notice an activation code. You'll need to input this on the application welcome page you're on to be able to continue with your application. You'll notice the application is split into 6 different sections, but you're free to complete them in whichever order suits you. You have the personal details section. Some of this will be filled out already as it's information gathered from when you made your account to begin with, but be sure to pay attention and fill it out accordingly, as it's important that you don't make any mistakes. Once done, you can choose a mark this section as completed option and move on. This option will be at the bottom of each section, so be sure to check it. Next up we have choices. At this stage these aren't in any order of importance, as you can decide on this later on. At the bottom of this page you'll see the Add a Choice link. Click on this and you'll be able to begin adding your choice. Again, being sure to read carefully whilst filling this out. You won't be required to know the institution, course or campus codes off the top of your head, as you can select such from a list. Once done, you can add more choices if you wish. The next section is about previous education. This will be where you input your GCSE grades or any other qualifications you may have. To start with, select the Add New School/College/Centres link to begin inputting your qualification information. Once done, press Save to continue. You will then see a new link for adding qualifications. Select this. You will see a search bar in order for you to search for your qualifications. Choose from here and you'll then be taken to another page in order to input information about your qualifications. Once done, select Save and add as many as you require. Following this, we have employment history details. You may not have anything to include here, which is fine. and if that's the case, mark this section as complete and move on. If not, as has been consistent with the other sections, select Add an Employer and begin entering details. Once done, click Save. You can add up to 5. Mark this section as complete when ready and you can move on. You'll now be required to type out a personal statement, a mini essay as to why you have chosen your course. This must be between 1,000 and 4,000 characters. It's recommended that you do so on a text document or something similar and save frequently, just so that you don't lose your work if anything were to happen. If you have done it this way, you can copy and paste it across, select Save and open up the preview, and be sure to read through and double check what you have written. If you're 100% happy, then mark this section as complete and move on. The final section is about your references. Be sure to enter all this information correctly, as your reference will be able to confirm that all the information you have input into your application is correct. Select the Send Reference Request option and carry on to the final steps. You will now have the option to view all the details and information you have given. Give this a good read over and ensure everything is correct. Once you are happy with all you have done, mark this section as complete and click Save. And now it's finally time to submit your application. To do so, click the Pay/Send option and fill this out. Once you've input your payment information, you'll have an option to submit your application. Thank you for taking the time to follow our tutorial, and we wish you the very best of luck.